Hey, what's going on, my fellow Sagittariuses? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your February read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. We are going to be using one of my favorite decks. Is a Witch's Tarot. It's actually probably the second deck I ever used. I haven't used it in a while because my other deck kind of got wore out. I just got a new one, so we're back in action. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Sagittarius? What's going on with February 2022? All right, Sagittarius. So the first thing I see, Sagittarius, I feel like you have some history with this person, but I don't feel like it was a romantic history. I just feel like you open communication with this person. I do feel like you are interested in this person, but I feel like this person, even though you opened up the communication, I feel like this person came off as guarded initially. I do see that self-imposed prison with that Eight of Swords. I feel like this person was keeping you at bay. I feel like they really didn't take you seriously. And I'll be honest with you, Sagittarius, I feel like we're getting a lot of reads where people are, I think my last read, or maybe a couple reads back, I remember something about not taking you seriously. Something about us Sagittarius is people don't necessarily take us seriously. But like I said, I feel like they weren't really seeing what was in front of them, and I feel like they kept you at a distance because they didn't take you seriously. They didn't know what you were after, but it was almost like they weren't giving you a chance to find, they weren't giving you a chance for them to find out what you were after. I feel like you wanted to be with them, and I feel like, I feel like in this deck is karma, but judgment, I feel like they made the wrong call. I feel like they kept you at a distance, and I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they weren't trusting their intuition. That High Priestess in reverse. I feel like they felt like you wanted something. I feel like they mistook what you wanted from them. I do feel like there was an energy of you chasing them. And I feel like they felt like you were just looking for something, maybe something casual or a one night stand or something that didn't really have any future. I feel like they misunderstood your advances. They thought you wanted something that they weren't ready to offer or they weren't looking to offer. Now I feel like I said with that Two of Swords, I feel like they didn't see what was going on around them. But I do feel, like I said, I feel like they were looking at the negatives instead of the positives. We have that Five of Cups. They were looking at you the wrong way. And they made the wrong call. And I feel like they're starting to see that now. I do feel like they got to know you a little bit better since then. And I feel like they find themselves, they were always interested. They just didn't think you were. and they still think about you. And I feel like now it's kind of, we have those late nights and anxiety because this person started to realize that maybe they made the wrong call, and, maybe they're missing out, and that's where they're at right now with that nine of swords. That late nights thinking. I feel like they kept you at distance because they felt like you weren't legitimately looking for what they wanted. Now, I do feel like they're starting to regret their decision. It is coming into play, and I feel like with that regret and with that sleepless nights, there's a lot of big changes coming. I feel like how they're seeing you has drastically changed, and because it has drastically changed, I feel like there's something happening that they didn't even expect. Now, like I said, I feel like, they need to make things right. So I do see this person putting in a lot of work to come back to you. We have the Ace of Wands as well as reconciliation, making up for their poor choice. I feel like they know they screwed up, and now they want to make it right. Putting in all that work with a ten of Wands, the Ace of Wands trying to make things right. Because like I said, they had feelings for you, and there was deep feelings. There was a deep connection there. But they were afraid that it was only one-sided, so if they gave into it, they felt like you could hurt them. So they put those walls up. But like I said, now that they're starting to see things a little differently, I feel like that's the regret that they feel. They're starting to see you for who you really are. And they're starting to realize that they got to put in to get something. You know what I mean? Like they got to show up for you as much as you're showing up for them. I feel like you initiated it, and they shut you down. And I feel like they know that they made the wrong call. Like I said, with that karma, that judgment card in reverse. And now they're regretting it. All they can do is think about you. But like I said, I feel like they were looking at the negatives and the positives. They weren't seeing what was right in front of them with that Two of Swords. They felt it. Like I said, they felt it, but they weren't trusting what they were seeing. But there's a lot of big changes coming, and like I said, they are coming back. And I feel like you're going to get a different side of them. More of an emotional, more of a nurturing connection, ready to actually, dig deeper into this. Because they do see you as someone they could be with. They were just afraid that you weren't looking at them that way. And that's a common mistake sometimes. People feel that connection. They feel like this is someone I can really, fall for. And I felt like they were falling fast, and that's what really scared them. That's what backed them off. But now that they're nurturing this, now that they are coming back, I feel like they're ready to build that foundation with you. They're ready to give love a chance. But with that Lover's card, this is something deep. They felt, new love. The Lover's card. This is a soulmate twin flame connection. We didn't get it right the first time, but there's always second chances. For the right person, there's always a second chance. Like I said, I do see they're looking for that balance. They want to build that foundation. And with those changes, I feel like, being with you gives them balance with that Temperance card, that Sagittarius energy, and that fills their cups. And I do see a lot of happiness. But like I said, they weren't willing to admit their feelings for you because they were afraid that you didn't have the feelings for them, that you wanted something that they weren't ready to offer. And like I said, it sometimes when we feel something deeply, some people react in completely different ways. Sometimes when we get real feelings for someone, it becomes very hard for us to acknowledge them out loud, because we're afraid that if we do that, that leaves us so vulnerable. That leaves us, that gives that person the ability to hurt us if they don't want the same thing. They weren't willing to give love a chance because they were afraid that you didn't want what they wanted. So instead of instead of accepting the connection, I feel like they were fighting it with that Eight of Swords, that self-imposed prison. But like I said, I do feel like this person's going to put a lot of work in to making things right, because they do have a lot of regret when it comes to you. I feel like they're looking at the negatives instead of the positives, and now you're just stuck in their head. And now that they know you a little bit better, I feel like they trust you more. I feel like you were very genuine with this person, and I feel like it had a lot to do with the fact that I feel like there was a very physical connection that you had with each other. I feel like they were very physically attracted to you along with the rest. And it's almost like they thought that maybe you had only those physical feelings for them. And that's not what they were looking for. But now that they started to see that you may be on the same page and that you're looking for the same thing, you're looking to build a foundation, I feel like that completely changes this person's perspective of you. And I feel like that's why they're going to, come back, and that's why they're going to put in the work to make things right, because they know they screwed up. Sometimes we get in relationships with people and we have a very different idea of where that relationship's going. And I feel like this person was just afraid to even try. Now, I mean, you could have had something going with this person, but I don't really feel a whole lot of give and take. So I don't feel like there was anything really strong between you, like relationship wise. I do feel like there was something going on, but I feel like it never amounted to anything because this person kept holding back. But they're not holding back anymore. Now with this person, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have a lot of Gemini energy. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. There's also some Taurus energy in there. I'm getting a little bit of Taurus energy. I feel like this person they always wanted you. I just feel like they weren't sure what you wanted from them. And they weren't sure if they were willing to give you that because they didn't take you seriously. And like I said, I mean, I've had a read before. And I feel like I can't remember exactly because I do so many reads, but I feel like it was fairly recently that this person, that I got a read that it was, they didn't take you seriously. And that's the struggle with Sagittarius. Is a lot of people think we're all over the place, and but we got to look deeper into our charts. It's not just about our sun sign. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.